Hello everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday episode of the Build the Brick or 9 show, if you want to call it that, or just the Wednesday edition of Build the Brick or 9. That's kind of boring. If you've been living under a rock, or in a tree house, or maybe underneath the ocean for the last few months, or even a few years, you may not know that Star Wars Episode 7 is coming out in about a week and a half or so. Otherwise, you know that Star Wars Episode 7 is coming out in a week and a half or so. And for this Wednesday, I thought I would do something kind of cool, and that is to look at these. I have some Star Wars Micro Machines. If you don't know what these are, well, you're about to find out. And the thing is, they're bringing at least a little bit of them back for the new movie. I don't know if I'll be picking up any. It kind of depends on how this video does and how you guys react to this. I'm really curious. So make sure you leave a comment and tell me what you think of these. I'm even going to ask you to compare them to Lego. Most of you are probably going to say there's no comparison in Lego's favor. But I don't know. Maybe you don't want to compare it to Lego and say, hey, they're both great or whatever, in their own way. But we have Yoda, who transforms into Dagobah. We have R2-D2, who turns into Jabba's palace. And we have everybody's favorite Gungan, Jar Binks, who transforms into Naboo. I'll do him first, so for you Jar Jar haters, we can get him out of the way. So we'll take a look at those in just a minute, but let me just explain it really quick. They're basically busts of or full droids of characters who open up. You basically take their heads off, and they transform into miniature planets or insides of spaceships, and they come with tiny, tiny little characters. So they're really small. They're a little bit tedious to work with, even more tedious than Lego. But, you know, they're kind of fun. I actually picked these up at a Star Wars convention a few years ago, and I just kind of forgot about them. I never did a review, and I just kind of thought about them because of the new Star Wars movie coming out in just a few days. Alright, so here is the first Micro Machine. It's Jar Binks' head. Some of you are probably groaning and writhing about right now, but you're probably going to like what you're going to see here in just a minute. So there's the outside, and here's the inside. This is what you're going to love. Whoa. Yeah, it's not the nicest looking thing to do. And then it gets even more graphic when you do this. Just don't think about it too much. And of course, it would be really fun if you didn't have any characters to put in here. So up top, we have the surface of Naboo. Then in the middle, we have the Gungan city, Otoh, which is underwater, and then down here it's kind of leading into the planet core a bit more. Unfortunately, you don't get any of the sea monsters though. So I'm the only one that thought that was one of the coolest scenes, not only in that movie, but the entire series. Yes? Okay. So I'll go ahead and show you the characters. They are absolutely tiny. You get Qui-Gon Jinn, no lightsaber, he's just kind of running. You'll see why in just a minute. Not even enough room for like facial detail or anything, because these are so small and so easy to lose too. Here's Jar Binks, everyone's favorite character from the entire Star Wars series, right? Yeah, I knew that. Then the other thing you get that's not attached to the rest of it is an AAT. Bit of a better size for sure. But there's different things that you can do with these. First of all, we'll do this. We'll extend this clear plastic thing out, and you can put the AAT in two different locations. Here's the first one. So it's kind of floating there. And then the second one is higher up on the machine, like that. You can kind of move it around a little bit at least. And then of course you can detach it as well. And that folds up nicely back in there. Then here is the top. We've got some vines on the side. We've got some kind of little creature here. He does not come off, unfortunately. But here are the stands for Qui-Gon and Jar Jar. You just put them there. And yeah, he's gonna fall, isn't he? Well, you guys probably won't care. But then we can, come on, just there. We twist this around, and a snap comes out of the MTT, And then over here, there's a little hole, a little chute that they slide down. So they fall down this chute here, and then, let me put this back for just a minute. Some of you are going to love this too. Jar Jar's eye splits in half. Don't think about it too much. And then it kind of serves as a chute for this hole. So when the characters fall down here, they are taken directly into R2-Gunga. So I thought it was a pretty neat little feature there. And then above that, you do have some decals with some of the fish. None of the sea monsters, unfortunately. But some of the fish, and then down there we have Boss Nass. I would have preferred having him as an actual character. But, whatever. You can't have everything. And so then they're in R2-Gunga. There's not a whole lot to do in there. But if we turn this around, there are some things back here. For one thing, these extend to give it a little more balance. And then there's that right there. I'll show you that in just a minute. We can lift this back. There's a Gungan sub sticker there. And then we can push this forward. And come on. Gungan and his Kaiju come swimming out. I didn't even know they could swim. Maybe they can't. But now I think about it, maybe they can. You can tell me in the comments below. Then you can push that back and push it back out again. So it gets caught on there sometimes. But, and does that come off? It does come off. I forgot about that. So yeah, you can take that off if you want and have 3 characters instead of 2. The other ones have more characters. Maybe even this guy comes off. Nah, he's attached, never mind. So then down here is the last feature. We can pop this out of the back and put it there. And then you have some nice fish to spin. And it looks like they're swimming. Not really, but it's a fun little feature. So that's the first one. 2 detachable characters. Well, actually 3. We got the fish, we got the MTT, and the slide right there, and then he comes out, and then the fish spin. I think I already mentioned that. And then if you don't like any of that, you can put it all back together. You can put the characters in there. They may fall out, but probably not. And then we can put this back. And when you're not using it, you have Jar Binks' face to stare at you, because I know you're all going to love that. The second one we have is Yoda, who transforms into Dagobah, of course. So it looks like on the back. Of course, you'll figure out what these are in just a moment. And this will probably disturb everybody, but that's what it does. And then it also comes out here as well. Let me go and show you what you get inside. You get 2 versions of Luke Skywalker, one with his lightsaber, which you'll see what that's for in just a minute, and then one where he's kind of got his hand up in the air, and you'll see what that's for in just a minute too. You can probably guess though. And of course, we get Yoda. Probably wondering why it looks like he wants to give you a hug. You're gonna figure out what that's for in a minute too. R2-D2, swamp version. He's got pond gunk all over him. Whoop. Oh boy. There we go. We also get the ghostly apparition of Ben Kenobi. He's kind of glowy and translucent. Darth Vader. You're probably wondering why you get Darth Vader. If you're wondering that and you don't remember the famous cave scene, which you'll see here in just a minute. And then the final thing you get is Luke's X-Wing fighter, which is all green because it's sunk into the swamp. So I guess the first kind of area you get is down here in the swamp itself. You have a little peg there where you can put the X-Wing on, like so. So you got that there. And let me go ahead and show you this. Yoda actually attaches kind of to Luke's back. There we go. There we go. See, it does work. You probably didn't see that, but it works now. See? Gravity. Anyway, let's go and show you the interior. So over here is the training area. There's two different features. The first one is the swinging vine. You put that there, and the vine swings, of course. And that is activated by this peg right here. Like so. And down here, this is why he's got his hand in the air. I'm going to dial back here. And he flips over, and the different items float up in the air. I think that's pretty cool how they did that. Yeah, on the way back it usually does pop off for some reason. Then right here there's a slide right there that leads down into the swamp. It's probably meant more for R2-D2 now I think about it. Make sure your finger doesn't get stuck in there. Yeah, let's try with R2-D2 instead. There we go. And then probably the main feature is there are two little pedestals in there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the last one. So, of course, this is R2-D2. The back doesn't have anything, but you'll see why that is in just a minute. My main complaint about this, you can probably see it's a little popped open. It does shut tight, but when you want to open it, you almost have to get a butter knife to open both of the different panels right here, because they're on there so tight. That's the main complaint I have about this one. It might just be this particular model, but I don't know. But this is what it opens into, Jabba's palace. Mostly the Rancor pit. And of course there's Jabba, but you do get, this is probably the one with the most, well maybe it was the last one, but you get quite a few characters in this one. Luke Skywalker again. This is in his black outfit this time. No lightsaber of course because he had that taken away. Here's Lando Calrissian disguised. Here's the Gamorrean guard who's looking really green today, even more green than he normally does, with an axe. Also get Boushh, better known as Princess Leia, disguised as a bounty hunter, a fake bounty hunter. Actually, no. I think he was Boushh was a real bounty hunter, but he wasn't there at the time. And then you get two big things in this one. You get the Rancor. Of course, what would the Rancor pit be without the Rancor? And you also get Jabba's sail barge. But there is another one that is solely for the sail barge and Sarlacc pit scene. I forget what the exterior might have been Boba Fett's face, but I'm not sure on that one. Anyway, the sail barge goes here on another pedestal. So you can rotate that however you want. Let's go ahead and put this guy here, and Luke here, and put some of these others around Jabba's throne. Lots of stickers in the background of different characters. In fact, I will try to zoom in on some of those real quick. And there's Mali Keeley, the Rancor Keeper. And probably the main feature in this one is Jabba's throne slides forward, similar to how it does in the Jabba's Palace Lego set. And it knocks the trapdoor over, like that. And that clicks back up. This folds down nicely when you're ready to put it away. And then the other main feature is this. Door slides up so that the monster can come out and eat everybody. Unfortunately, oh wait, maybe it does work. The size is a little off there for sure. Huh, it kind of does. A little bit. So there are the three different micro machines. Let me go ahead and get to my final thoughts. So there they were. Those are the three micro machines. So make sure you tell me in the comments what you think. You can rate them in order. I have a feeling I know which will be in last place for almost every comment. But the other two, debatable. I have a feeling Dagobah will probably be the favorite. There's a lot more on the internet. You can pick them up for about $40 to $50 now. They would have been about $20. I believe these came out mostly in the late 90s when the prequels came out, namely The Phantom Menace. But like I said, they're coming back. At least a few of them are. I don't know how well they'll do. I think these were fairly popular back in the late 90s, but I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, you can pick these up on eBay or Amazon. You're going to pay a little more than you would have back then. Or you can go the Star Wars conventions. I'm sure not only the one that I went to has them. They have a lot of the old collectible items and stuff there. So, make sure you tell me what you thought in the comments below. I'm sorry about the major amount of uploads lately, but between the Minecraft Advent Calendar, UHC Season 6, Coldplay's new album, Star Wars coming out, and just Christmas stuff and normal stuff, December's a busy month for uploads. So, you know, if it's January or February, you know, you might want to go back and check some of this if you didn't get to check them all out at the time. So thanks for tuning into this episode. I'll see you next time. Make sure you comment on the Micro Machines if you want to, compare them to Lego or other Star Wars related products. Goodbye.